I'm Casey Morgan, and this is Training for Trail. Welcome to the channel. Over the next few months, I'm going to be bringing you workouts, interviews, training tips, and a lot more. In this episode, we're going to focus on strength and conditioning. Strength and conditioning is something I've written an article about previously, and we'll put the link to that down below. A few of the main benefits of strength and conditioning for trail runners are improved injury resistance, increased running economy, and improved muscular endurance. We can take a look now at why strength and conditioning is especially important for trail runners. If we take a look at this video of a road runner, you'll see that every footfall and every toe off is exactly the same movement. It's predictable, so you know what's happening before it happens. But if we compare it with this video of a trail runner, you'll see that every footfall is different. Each time the foot hits the ground, it's in a different position. Your ankle needs to respond, your knee needs to respond, your hips and your core need to respond. We need to train our bodies to respond to those external forces every time our foot hits the ground in a different position. So we need to train the ankles, the knees, the hips, the core, everything. For this week's workout, you don't need a gym, you don't need any exercise equipment, you only need body weight. Some of the athletes that I coach have kindly volunteered their services to demonstrate the exercises in this week's workout. So let's get straight to it. Welcome to the fitness lab and your first workout. So here's how it's going to work. We've got 8 exercises. You're going to perform them in sequence without recovery until you finish all 8. Then you're going to rest for 2 minutes and repeat 3 times. So in week 1, you're going to do 30 seconds per exercise. In week 2, 45 seconds per exercise. And in week 3, 60 seconds per exercise. And you can do 3 sets, 4 sets if you're feeling good, and a maximum of 5 sets. Okay, so the first exercise is lunges, and a fine demonstration by Cathy, aka Mrs. Morgan. The main consideration with the lunges is a nice long stride, keep the upper body upright, shoulders back, chest high, and take that back knee almost to the floor but not quite touching. Thank you, Cathy. Great demonstration. Okay, up next is the single leg Romanian deadlift demonstrated by Winnie. For the single leg Romanian deadlift, standing on one leg with a slight bend in the knee, you're aiming to get into a position where your ankle, knee, hips and shoulder are all in one straight line parallel with the floor. And when you come back to standing, try not to let your foot touch the ground as you swing through. Thanks, Winnie. Very nice and very nice backdrop. Okay, up next we're going to move into the upper body, and we have Piyush with push up to twist. For the push up with twist, make sure that you keep some tension in the core. Don't let your pelvis dip. Nice flat body again from the ankle, knee, pelvis, shoulders, and maintain that position as you rotate. So again, everything is nice and straight. push, very nice. And up next we've got Elliot with the lemon squeeze. For the lemon squeeze, you're aiming to bring your knees up close to your shoulders, and then you're kicking back out, but without allowing your feet to touch the floor. So try to maintain maybe 10, 15, 20 centimeters between your heels and the floor. Very nice, Elliot. I especially liked this part. Okay, coming up next, we're going back to Winnie for the opposite arm and leg raise. For the opposite arm and leg raise, you're aiming to minimize any movement within the upper body, so no rotation. And you're going to lift one arm and the opposite leg so that everything is in line, ankles, knee, pelvis, shoulder. Hold for a little second and then release. Thanks, Winnie. I know how much you like that exercise. Okay, next up is the Russian twist, and we're going back to Elliot for this one. Now, in this demonstration, Elliot has a dumbbell. You can choose to do it with a dumbbell, with a bottle of water, or you can do it with nothing. The most important thing is the movement. Okay, let's go to Elliot. For the lemon squeeze, make sure you're keeping your heels together and your feet slightly off the floor. Keep your chest high and try to get your core twisting as far as you can to each side. So really focus on getting your shoulders as far to each side as you possibly can. Thanks, Elliot. And that's a very nice fitness lab you have yourself. Okay. Next up, we're going back to Kati for the single leg glute bridge. For the glute bridge, to make sure you're feeling the work in your glutes, push through your heels. Make sure you're not pushing through the toes at all, and get your pelvis as high as you can. So again, it's that nice straight line between your knees, your pelvis and your shoulders. And when you release, don't let your bum touch the floor. Push back just before you hit the ground. Thank you, Kati. And last but not least, and a very brave effort because he did it on the beach in Northern Ireland, is Marcus with the plank hip drops. Going to bring a little bit of rotation from the pelvis so that you're twisting to one side just before your pelvis hits the ground. Come back and push to the opposite side. That's it. You have the first workout, but before you rush off and do it, please remember to subscribe to the channel and you can follow along on social media here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with something new.